Okay, we are here with John Worcester of J.C. Worcester Windows in Sterling, Illinois on this beautiful day. John is going to show us how he measures to install a two-part brick mold system from Heartland Windows. What he does is he measures tip to tip of the existing brick mold on the width and on the height. And John will deduct 3 3/4 inches to get the exact frame size of the window that the brick mold will be attached to. Now, Heartland will do that for you if you give them the brick mold outside measurements, tip to tip. They will deduct the 3 3/4. Or you could give them the window size and say add brick mold. So you have two options. Heartland also has a bullnose option for the sill. It is not a two-part, just a one-part. John is not using that in this video. But if you desire a bullnose on the bottom, instead of deducting 3 3/4 for the height, you would deduct 3 1/4 for the height. So again, I am posting this photo in the video so that you can see the deductions. If you would want brick mold for a patio door, then you would deduct 4 inches for the width and 2 inches for the height to get the tip to tip measurement for the patio door. Okay, we are inside the house now, and what John did was he removed the existing frame. As you can see, go around, and he had to fill in the left side of the window with some new wood because it had a pocket, and he leveled the sill with some shims. So the opening is all set to receive the new window. All right, John, we're outside with a window. The way it arrives from Heartland,
yes,
correct?
That's right.
Okay, so it has the J channel attached. It's already
actually got the brick mold, the two-part cover where your installation screws would go.
Okay, can you show us that?
Yes, and that comes off very easily. You want to use something that isn't cutting into it, so I always use a putty knife and just get it started. Comes right off easily. What I like to do when I take them off is mark them on the inside, just so the same piece goes at the same location when you put them back on. And then your screws mount right through that location that I've just revealed. And I use custom vinyl window screws to do that.
Okay, I'm going to move in a little bit on this so that you can, sorry. Okay, where are you now?
These screws are actually designed for installing vinyl.
Show us what that screw is. Hold it sideways down. There you go.
That screw is a self-drilling vinyl window screw. It's 3 1/8 inches long, made by GRK.
GRK? Okay.
Produces this.
Where can you get those?
I get them at a local lumber yard.
Okay.
I believe that's pretty common.
All right.
Throughout the Midwest, at least. But what's nice about these is they have a smooth shank base, and so when you're installing the window, it actually draws it in. It doesn't fight with the
vinyl.
With the vinyl or the
right
threads.
Okay, so now do you pre-drill your holes?
I actually like to do that, yes. And you don't want to use a strong drill to do that, just so it doesn't go too fast. And I like to just kind of get it set. There's a line that, excuse me, there's a line right in the center that kind of guides you right where the screw needs to go. And I just get it through. There's 2 planes of vinyl right there, so as soon as you feel it hit the back without going through, your screw's set.
Okay.
And I usually do that all the way around the window prior to installing.
All right, very good. Okay, let's show everyone what it looks like when you install the window. All right?
Okay.
Okay, now John is preparing the opening.
Making sure it's nice and clean and dry.
And John, you made your own J channel there?
Yes, I did. That is a reverse bent J channel where the window, for whatever reason, they didn't have J channel around this opening before. So okay. I created that without disturbing the siding and reverse bent some J channels, so it can be installed without removing the siding.
Okay. Let me get a close-up of that.
and that was custom fitted. I had the window dry fitted in there, and the red marks are where the original frame is going to go, so I know exactly where the
Okay. All right. Why don't you tell us what you're doing right now?
So now I'm going to caulk the installation surface at the jamb, and that's going to be the sealing point for the main part of the window behind the brick mold.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with the corners. Make sure it's a waterproof corner at the J channel, and then I'll go all the way around. Nice generous bead. You want plenty of squeeze out. And then around. Doesn't matter what color it is when it's behind there, so I've got a clear tube of these now. You just want a good surface bead on there so that window's going to make contact with that. Making sure I go to the jamb side on this so it's not, there's no air that can get underneath that J channel. Okay, now I have a prepared caulked opening ready to receive the window.
Okay.
And you keep in mind this window's already been pre-fit, so I know it's going to be level in the opening.
So you've already squared this
I've
up?
already squared it, and that's what the shims are doing. There's a little more involved in the initial installation than what I'm showing you, but I've already done that part. So.
Okay.
So
Now, okay.
So I know this unit is square, and I had it secured.
So this is how you install it, and you really don't put any screws in the jambs.
You can, if you need any adjustment and say that your sashes are a little tight in the middle possibly, you can put side jam screws in.
Okay.
That will give you the appropriate tension. If you have anything get a little bit too strong. So then, those special screws that I showed you, and even though I've already, I used a kind of not a very strong drill because you don't want to draw it in too tight. These screws don't require massive torque. And once you see the outside vinyl curve in a little bit, you know you've got enough pressure. So you get the corners first, and then I'm still going to test the window operation before I put any more in.
Okay, while the camera was off, John was inside making some final adjustments on the window and making sure everything was square before he screwed the rest of the frame in.
So you know the proper one goes where it was. I've pre-marked the inside piece, so I know this one came off the bottom. Even though you might have the same size top and bottom, technically you still want the same one going in the same spot where it was fitted to this fashion.
So now you just snap that on, right?
Yes, you have to ensure that it's in the proper spot before you start snapping it in, but it's not that hard. Just you get used to this, but it's pretty easy. Just make sure you get it started on one side, kind of check both sides before you snap it all the way in. And it just rolls right into the frame. That one's on. And then I go to the left side.
So that's what makes the brick mold look.
This is what gives you the original wood brick mold look, and it's factory bound.
Okay.
So that snaps right in. You just kind of making sure you're tight into the joint, and then finish your. Basically, you just have to push in from the outside, make sure it's in there, and then just you can push all the way up. And it's in. That easy. I usually like to do the top last for some reason, but the key is to make sure your joints fit properly just by the way you're setting it. And if you get the first one right, everything else thereafter will be just fine. And they're easy to take off again if you want to reposition them.
Now, John, do you seal the joints with anything?
No, because they're welded.
Okay.
Those joints are welded inside anyway.
All right.
And if anything builds up, if you get moisture in there, it's going to come out that joint to the outside of the window anyways.
All right.
Which is past the brick mold, past the J channel in this case.
Okay.
So there's really no, it's probably a good idea not to do that. And the style of screws are pretty positive on the vinyl. It's not going to allow water to get behind them. They're pretty well sealed in there. So when you do your last piece, you want to, before you go all the way over, make sure your end is locked in. And it takes a second or two, just to make sure you get it. And fight me a little bit. Slight adjustments. Snap in there. I might go over it a little bit and maybe just. Once they're in and they're positively locked, you can hear it pop in. And then you have a finished product.
Okay, there you go. So we've got a nice finished window.
And then what I'll do.
Now I'm gonna scroll over here to the other window just to let everybody see the difference here. This is the before. And this is the after. What a difference.
And I still have yet to, I'll do a perimeter caulk at the J channel at the window with brick mold. And then,
okay,
and
show us where you put the caulking, where you're talking.
I'll put a bead of caulk right here.
Okay. So now, compared to if you were using coil stock, you would have to bend some coil and you'd have a lot more caulk lines there.
Yeah, and there would be more work involved, more labor. And typically, previous to this product, you had a nailing fin installation, and then you had to cover mechanically. You'd have to put wood and wrap it to have a finished product outside of that brick mold.
So now you've got a completely maintenance-free exterior.
Yes, and the brick mold acts as the nailing fin.
Okay, so now what are you going to do? You're going to go inside, and how are you going to finish this off?
Next, I'm going to do my perimeter caulk.
Okay.
And then I'll go inside and insulate around the opening.
John has assembled the extension jamb with the casing on it, so now you're going to put it in place.
It shows the back side how it's put together. It's all pre-mitered and pinned that I did shortly ago. And the main thing is center it to the window and make sure you're level. I already know it's square because
This concludes the two-part brick mold installation video from Heartland Windows. We want to thank John Worcester from J.C. Worcester Windows in Sterling, Illinois, for all his help and assistance. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact Heartland Windows.